Hi. So today is the 6th of May and we need to look at the Nifty once again because the Nifty is now at a very interesting juncture. So this is the weekly chart of the Nifty, and if you can see, this chart is marked by a very big uptrend all the way from March of 23 all the way here to the highs of 26,293, right? And then if you see very clearly, it fell in three waves. Then it rose in three waves to make a double top, and then it fell pretty sharply. Now, if you are a basic student of Elliott wave theory, you would understand what this pattern looks like. This is clear-cut a flat pattern where this is a A wave, this is a B, and that is a C. The C wave in a flat pattern is usually impulsive and it goes down in five waves. Normally, it will definitely go to the previous A wave low, and most likely it exceeds the A wave low and then makes a bottom. But this one is a slightly truncated flat is what I would think so. If you go to the daily chart, you will see that this decline was actually five waves. Let us have a look. So you see this? This is one, this is two, this is three, this is four, and this is five. So this was pretty much a impulsive decline. This was not like a corrective decline, and therefore it fulfills that criteria of a ABC flat. Now, if this is a ABC flat, then this whole structure is a corrective structure which corrected all of these rise, right? And we need not go into the details of what wave it is because that is immaterial. What is material right now is that this looks like a corrective structure, and we have to look at the evidence that this structure is finished. And if this structure is finished, we are in for some good times. Okay? So let us look at the daily chart. What was happening here? If you look at the daily chart, from this wave C low, which was in April, we rose very sharply, you know. And if we go into the details of this, it does not really count accurately as a 5, but it could. Like you can see, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So I would still consider this a very impulsive structure, and the proof of the impulsive structure is the gaps. This is clearly a breakaway gap. This is another gap. This gap has been filled, but this gap has not been filled. This is a characteristic structure of a new impulse which is starting, where you have some unfilled gaps quite often. So this was good. So we were pretty much okay with this, that this looks like the good times are going to be with us once again. But what happened thereafter? And that is where all the magic looks to happen. So if you look at the hourly chart, let's look at the hourly chart, right? Um, or even the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is even more interesting because we were tracking it by 15 minutes only. So we have a very impulsive fall from the top about few days back, then a three-wave rise, another impulsive fall. Fair enough? So we have got a ABC structure which completely filled this gap. And then it took support at this gap and started to rise again. So let us label this clearly. So this is how we have labeled this, that this was probably the wave 1 top. Then we had a 5-wave decline for wave A, a 3-wave rise for wave B, and another 5-wave decline for wave C. So this corrected this structure, and we are labeling this as wave 2 over here. Wave 2 is here, and then from here we are going up and then coming down. So we're going to label this on a daily chart. How does it look like? See, this is like it. This is wave 1, this is A, B, and C, and now we are going back up. Now, interesting part. How did we know that this was a corrective wave? So you'll go to the 15-minute chart, or even you can just go to the daily chart. That's fine enough for me. So the daily chart, you will see that this one was pretty sharp, and then this was pretty much shallow and choppy, where the RSI never fell below 49. So RSI was keeping flat while the market was correcting all the time. And it corrected all this overbought status and came back here. and then it started to rise. Interestingly, even through all this of correction in the Nifty, the mid-cap Nifty was continuing to run. That was another classical sign of a non-confirmation that the market is inherently bullish. So based on these, whenever we saw that the RSI is holding its bottom, we were going long in all the mid caps on a stock specific basis. So if we think that this wave count is right, see, we can be wrong. You have to understand. So if this we think that this wave count is right, then the follow-up action has to be there. If there is no follow-up action, then this wave count goes out of the window. So if we think this wave count is right, and we also think that this is an ABC, going back to weekly, if we think that this is a ABC, this is a and B and C, let me label it. So on the weekly, if you feel that this ABC is done and you are having this corrective wave completed and new impulse is starting, so this impulse will be pretty sight to watch because it will resume this in earnest. Resume this in earnest, and on a smaller degree chart, on a daily chart, what we are seeing is that we are going into a third wave of sorts. See this fall, then this rise was wave 1, and this corrective action of the past 7 days was wave 2, and wave 3 is starting. And if this is correct, what are we going to see? We are going to see big gaps. These gaps will be sight to behold. It could be 300 points, 400 points, any kind of gap should come. And these gaps will not be filled in a hurry. And then the market will continue to run when everybody will be forced to become bullish. And the gains in this part of the wave 3, are the highest in any wave. So that is how we have positioned ourselves. We have been long all through this correction on individual mid caps, and now we have long on the Nifty, Bank Nifty, and mid cap on today's close. The proof of the pudding, as I told, the price action for the next 4 or 5 days should be very illuminating. I am not commenting on the war or anything. I'm just commenting on the wave count. And that is how we are positioned ourselves. We could be wrong. If we are wrong, market goes down and takes out this low, then we are out. We know that we are wrong. Then we have to relook at the wave count. But that is how we have to use the wave principle to position for the best possible scenario. So I hope that is pretty interesting and you understand what it is. Another thing which we noticed today is if you go to the 15-minute chart, what was happening? Okay. So this whole correction from this top in April 26 was 21st April was contained in this parallel channel which we made, and this channel was very interesting. That this was their ABC, then it went up, hit this channel and came down, then again went up, took some resistance today itself, and then fell down. This is 15-minute, okay? And then when it broke in the afternoon from here, we said, fine, we are going in with all guns blazing. So we just loaded up on the positions after it closed outside this channel. So that is one more small piece of evidence. Our plan is to maintain the risk control. If this thing closes back inside the channel, we are out, and then we'll reassess the situation. If it comes down, retests this channel, goes up, fantastic. So that is how the market is very nicely positioned, and you can make some sense out of all these moves. A lot of people have been saying, oh, what is happening? We don't understand. But once you see all these things, geometry, you will understand that the market has an intelligent kind of patterns to it. And we just need to understand this language, what is happening about the gap, about the impulsiveness, about the corrective waves, about going down in 3, going up in 5, and all of those things. Okay, now just one more thing which we can discuss is the target for this up move. First target on an immediate basis. Okay, so let's play it cool and look it at from the immediate basis. So we have this wave 1, this is wave 2, and so we have a wave 3 going up. So wave 1 on equality is 24,373, which is already done. But if it goes up, 24,678 is the minimum target on a 15-minute chart. On a daily target chart, obviously much higher. So let us mark this level and see whether it hits that very fast within the next 2-3 hours of trading. Till then, I hope these things make it very clear. Bye bye. And if you have any questions or comments, you can message me anytime. And you can obviously subscribe to this channel. We don't post too many videos because we do our own work. But sometimes when the things start to clarify, it's nice to share. And thank you. And please excuse this long video, but I know you will find it interesting. Bye bye. All the best.